Hi everybody, good morning. Happy Friday. I hope everybody is doing well this morning. Welcome back to the yoga. If you're still getting situated, we'll get started in about a minute or two with our practice. So gather your things, have something to drink, some water, please. At least here in LA, it's going to be pretty darn hot for the next few days. I think Sunday they were calling for 107 degrees. And I still think whenever it's even 80 degrees in the middle of Hollywood here, it feels like 100 degrees. So I don't even know what 107 is going to feel like. So that should be interesting. PJ, good morning. Parisa, there is another student that was visiting Los Angeles, and she lives up in San Francisco. So she was very delighted to see another person from San Francisco practicing. So your name came up in passing yesterday. Hi, Lisa. Rosie, good morning. Alberto, good morning. We'll give it about one more minute and to let anyone else that is still hopping on. You guys, let me know if the mic sounds okay. If it needs any adjustments in volume, just want to make sure you guys are hearing me okay. AL, good afternoon. Happy Friday. I want to remind everybody, 1 hour a day. That's what we're doing with yoga and our practice, and that's why we're here, putting out these classes. Obviously for ourselves, we get to practice with you, which is amazing. Talia has been teaching on here. I hope you guys are enjoying that, and her classes are wonderful. We've been teaching alongside each other for probably a good 7 or 8 years now. So you'll probably feel some familiarity between our practices, yet unique in our styles. That's something I really value in teachers at the studio, is allowing them to be the artist in their style and through their experience and kind of their upbringing of their own breath and their body, and yet there's some familiarity because we teach alongside each other. We kind of, we all feed off of one another, which is really cool. So it's artists building other artists. That's kind of how we treat it here, which is neat. So anyways, once a day, practicing, turn on the light and keep waking up, because what it's doing is it's just lessening the strength of the attachment or the heaviness of the attachments, and based on everything that's going on. Again, I sit here next to one of our main streets in Los Angeles, and all day, every day, cars up and down, up and down, up and down. It never stops. Like, I don't even know in Los Angeles what it feels like and to look at a road without cars on it. Even when I come to the studio sometimes at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning, there's cars all over the place. So it's a very energetic city as far as people moving around. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and lie down onto your back. We'll start in Shavasana today if you're not there. Legs straight, arms by your sides with your palms facing up. And I want to thank everybody that continues to practice. I think in like 24 hours we're getting almost 200 views, which means people are, getting after the practice, and to some degree, hopefully, I know it's not easy being at home and there's distractions, but hey, if you get 15 minutes in of breathing, think of it as the length of time that you are breathing mindfully for. And so even if something comes up, even if you get that call from work, right? Yes, we love to dedicate the full hour. Okay? That's what we're here for, holding space. But, with everything going on, 15 minutes, 25 minutes, 40 minutes, and think of it as the amount of time or the duration that you are connecting in the mindful breath. You can go ahead and take your arms up over your head. Give yourself a nice big morning stretch. And bring your knees into your chest. Reach around your shins. Nice big squeeze. And feel the inhale, feel the exhale through your nose. Give yourself a gentle rock side to side. And then go ahead and roll over onto your right side. Make your way around, come into a child's pose. And separate your knees so that they're mat width distance apart. And take your bum back to your heels. And let your forehead come to rest down onto the ground. You can massage and knead your forehead from side to side into your mat. Connect more weight back into your hips. Feel the squeeze in the back of your legs. You notice the feeling in your shoulders as your elbows become weighted into the mat. Take the energy out of the wrist if you're holding on, clenching in the wrist, and through the fingers and the hands. Simply relax the hands down onto the mat here to start. And with your next inhale, roll up into a tabletop, all fours. And as you come onto hands and knees, and spread out from your pinky fingers to your thumbs, and then start to grab the mat with your thumbs. So like you're trying to pull your thumbs back in towards your palms. Okay, but they won't come in because they're grabbing the mat. Tuck your toes underneath your heels, press back into a downward facing dog, and smooth out your breath this morning. Slow down the exhale. Okay, we talk about balanced standing in yoga, samastitihi. Okay, that's the mountain pose, that's the balance in standing. And when you feel your center of gravity. When we talk about smoothing out the breath, and for the most part, the subconscious or the involuntary breath, it's subject to what's going on, it's subject to the environment that you're in, and it can be quite choppy and unbalanced. So when we turn ourselves into the mindful practice of breathing, one way and to focus and to understand and to practice is to begin to balance and smooth out the breath. And so if you use the beauty of the mind, and you can count. I remember starting my practice, I used to count all the time because I didn't know how or what the mind was supposed to be doing. In yoga, you realize things when you're supposed to realize them or when you realize them. So balanced breathing, I would just start to count my inhale for 1, 2, 3, and the exhale for 3, 2, 1. The inhale for 1, 2, 3. The exhale for 3, 2, 1. You walk your hands back to your feet, come into a forward fold. And the reason you count in that way is because as you start to lengthen your breath cycles, if you were to count up to 5, then you're going to count back down from 5. So it's whatever you count up to, you then count back from. And then you can see how that feels. You can explore the features of your mind that way, especially as you develop
A deeper practice and understanding and through the asana, the positions, the postures. Heel toe your feet together, bring your big toes to touch. Inhale to lift halfway, elongate. You're actually coming into a neutral spine. And then exhale, forward fold. So it's the direction of the body. Inhale, crawl your hands forward, come out into a high plank. And feel your legs straight. Remember, spread from your pinkies to your thumbs, and then grab the mat with your thumbs. Feel the strength in your legs. Take an inhale. Exhale, come down onto your knees, please. Untuck your toes. Big breath into your nose, proud chest. Exhale, bend your arms, and no rush, lower your chest all the way down onto the mat. Roll your heart up, point your toes back, elbows in, baby cobra. Find yourself in the breath. Feel the sensations in your body. There's no limits into your mind. And when it's following the breath, it's one continuous flow. Look down, tuck your toes, press up, high plank pose, and go back, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Even weight into the hands, bend deep into your right knee, kick back and down through your left heel. Take a breath in. On your exhale, switch, bend your left leg, straighten your right leg, kick down into the heel. And bring both legs back to straight. And feel your arms. Look at your hands in between your thumbs. And soften your gaze back down to the middle of your mat. Wrap the elbows in, broadening through the upper back. Suck the low belly in. Take an inhale. Bend your knees. Now exhale. Take 2 big steps to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Stand up. Arms over your head. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale to expand, reach your arms up, lift your gaze. Exhale, dive, forward fold. We can slow it down, we can speed it up. Inhale, lift halfway, plant the hands, step back into your high plank. But if we keep moving with the balance of the breath, right, you ought to feel that space. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the arms, chaturanga, elbows in. Tops of the feet, inhale, arms straight up, dog. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take the extra movements out. As you all continue to deepen your practice over the course of the last 6 months, take the extra movements out. If they're called for, if they're part of the sequence, put them in. If they're not, if it's just something you're doing and you're not sure why you're doing it, and draw to the movement of the breath, keep the body relatively still. Inhale, lift the heels. Bend the knees. Exhale, 2 steps to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Pull your heart forward. Exhale, dive, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Stand up. Arms reach. Exhale, bring your hands into your heart center. Inhale, circle the arms up. This is what we're doing. Exhale, dive right now, nothing else. Inhale, lift halfway. Plant the hands, step back into your high plank. And connect the legs, connect the back and the belly. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the arms, elbows in, chaturanga. Inhale, straighten the arms, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips, step back, heels heavy, downward facing dog. And continue to deepen your breath. Smooth it out. Lift your heels. Bend your knees. Exhale, step to the top. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Circle the arms. Reach up. Exhale, bring your hands into your heart center. Inhale, circle the arms up. Feels nice. Exhale, dive. Friday morning, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Plant the hands, step back into your high plank. Feel that extra beat, take an inhale. Exhale, bend the arms, lower chaturanga. Inhale, tops of the feet, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips. And draw your inner thighs back in downward facing dog. And balance weight evenly through your palms, take an inhale. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow, and then swing it over to your left elbow. Bring your right knee into your nose, draw your hips, curl forehead into your right knee. Feel the belly connect. Inhale, kick your right leg back and up. Point your right toes, roll out to your right ankle. You're in a three-legged downward facing dog. And feel the strength in your left leg, more on the inner thigh versus the outer hip. And now step your right foot in between your hands, lower your back knee down. Untuck your back toes. Inhale, reach your arms up, Anjaneyasana. Bend into your front leg and twist your pinky fingers in. That rolls your shoulders down. Now you can lift your gaze up. Listening to your body does not mean being scared of the sensations in your body. Embrace the sensations of the body, but study the difference in the sensations. Muscle tension, right? Joint pressure, bone constriction. Gaze forward, inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Tuck your back toes, lift the knee, step back into your high plank. Okay, did I go too far with bone constriction, everybody? Take an inhale. Exhale, lower halfway, flow. Tops of the feet, inhale, up dog. And exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. And you'll feel those differences, yoga sequencing, and from one side of the body to the other. Take a breath in here. Exhale, left knee to your left elbow. Swing it over to your right elbow. And bring your left knee into your nose. Draw your chin into your chest, forehead to your knee. Feel your belly, kick your left leg back. And it's like yawning the hip open. Point your left toes, roll out your ankle. You're in a three-legged down dog. And tendencies are the outer right hip is gripping on that right leg. Use the inner thigh more. Twist the heel down. And with your breath, exhale, step your left foot all the way in between your hands. Lower your right knee down. Untuck your toes. Make a move. Inhale, rise, arms up. See, it's you making the move. It's your being. And there's nobody doing any of this for you. Pinkies in, shoulders drop, and then draw your gaze up. And hence why it's so satisfying. And even when you face rejection and conflict and debate within yourself, and you've got that reconciliation of peace in through the breath cycle, and it's satisfying. It's rewarding. And bring your gaze and hands back down to the ground. Tuck your back toes, lift your right knee, step back into a plank pose, inhale. Exhale, bend your arms, chaturanga flow. Tops of the feet, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips, feel your low back this morning in your downward facing dog. And if it's tight, put a little micro bend to your knees. And remember, listening to your body does not mean being scared of the sensations. Anything your mind diagnoses as pain, your breath should slow you down just enough. If you're moving breath through body, even if pain starts to arise, you wouldn't go that deeply into it. And that's the mindfulness awareness, and that we're moving through the practice with. Bring your big toes together. Lift your heels up. Bend your knees. Exhale, walk or hop to the top. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, stand up, interlace the fingers. Release the index fingers, arms straight, bend your legs, sit down like chair pose. And so the palms are together, which means you might have to lower the chin. Keep lifting the wrist, draw the shoulders away from your ears. If that's just too much on your breath, you could separate your palms so that your hands are shoulder width distance apart. Feel it in your legs. Take an inhale. Stand up, legs straight. Slide your hands into your heart center as you exhale. Inhale, circle the arms up. It's all intuitive. Exhale, swan dive and fold, hands to the mat. You're warmed up. Inhale, lift halfway. Plant step, light hop back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, kick your right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot through. Inhale, broaden the chest, lift the chin. Exhale, straighten your front leg, fold forehead to your knee. Okay, your left foot, pinky toe, is going to end up outside your right foot, pinky toe. Take an inhale. Exhale, step, left foot outside your right foot, pinky toes meet, drop the chin into your chest. Feel the back side of your left leg, hamstring, into your piriformis, your outer hip, even into your SI joint and your lower back. Remember, you can always count in the parts of the breath, the inhale and the exhale. Bring your left foot inside your right foot. Step your right foot back to a lunge. Right leg is straight and strong. Left knee stacks over your heel. Right hand to the mat, twist. Reach your left arm up. Stack your shoulders. And feel the T across your back. All the way out and through the back of your hands. Reaching through your top arm. Beauty. Bring your gaze and left hand down. Left hand comes inside your left foot. Pivot your back heel down. Walk the hands back to your right foot. Side lunge. Stay low. We've been doing it all week. Side lunge. Flip your left toes up. Keep your bum low into your right heel. And then you can go palms to your heart center. And that'll challenge your balance. If it's too much, keep your hands on the ground. A lot of sensation going on in the body right here. And connect to your breath. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. And let's use the hands down on the ground. Press off your right foot. Crawl your hands back to the top of your mat. Pivot your back toes high. You're in a lunge square. Set your palms flat. Exhale. Kick your left leg back and up. Three-legged dog. Take an inhale. Open your left hip. Curl your heel into your bum. See if you just twisted your shoulders. Draw your left shoulder down. Keep your right arm straight, and you should feel your outer left hip squeeze. And draw with your belly. Square your hips. Step back into your downward facing dog. Take your right big toe on the back of your left ankle. Feel your hands. Let your head drop. And bring your right foot back inside your left foot. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step left foot all the way in between your hands. And straighten your front leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, bow, forehead over your left knee. And so we're setting this course direction to draw into the midline of our body. And we live so much through our eyes versus living so much in what we feel. Another benefit of the yoga practice, living based upon what you feel. That right foot, pinky toe, is going to end up on the outside of your left foot, pinky toe. Take an inhale. Exhale, step. Right foot outside your left foot, pinky toes meet. And chin into your chest. Now feel the back of your right leg hamstring. Into your outer hip. You know, your sacrum, that triangular bone at the base of your spine, if it's twisted, turned, tilted, you're going to feel that in your SI joint. The practice of opening up the hips and can provide the space, and so it can balance itself out, fall back into place. And finish your exhale. Bring your right foot back inside your left foot. Step your left foot back into a lunge. Right knee is on top of your right heel. Left hand down, reach your right arm up, twist. Man, these twists are getting more and more open. The T across the upper back. We tend to hold on to a lot of stress in that T across the upper back. So use your top arm. Lift underneath the right side of your chest. And bring your gaze and right hand down inside your right foot. Pivot your back heel flat. Stay low at the hips. Walk the hands back, side lunge. A ninja style. Sit into your left heel. Flip your right toes up. And palms to your heart center. And steady focus. One pointed focus is called drishti. Eyes soft on one spot. And stay low. Bring your hands back to the mat. Push off your left foot. Let's walk the hands all the way back to the top. Pivot square into your lunge, back heel high. Take a breath in. Exhale, kick your right leg back and up, three-legged dog. See, the exhale draws your belly in. Take an inhale, right leg straight. Exhale, open your right hip, curl your heel into your bum. And see if you've twisted the shoulders. Keep your right shoulder down. And do that by sliding your left ribs back and firming into your left hand. You got it. Square your hips, step back into your downward facing dog. And feel the outer hip release. Take your left big toe on the back of your right ankle. Palms down, let your head drop as you press the heel. You notice how the sensation in your calf is relating to the sensation in your heart and your chest. Bring your left foot back inside, roll out into a high plank. Don't even think. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in. Tops of the feet, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Hi Nayeli, inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, 2 steps or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Bend your legs, sit down like chair. Proud chest, lifting into your thumbs, take an inhale. Exhale, right elbow outside your left thigh. You can stay, palms together. You can play, arms apart. It's that T across your upper back. Knees side by side. Make sure you're breathing. Bring your hands back together and take your gaze down to your toes. Press your left hand into your right hand. Notice the difference in your neck. Good. Inner thigh squeeze. Now square, rise, stand all the way up, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, dive, forward fold, bring your hands to the mat. Inhale to lift halfway. Plant step, light hop, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, lift your hips, down dog, step, right foot in between your hands. Inhale, rise, reach your arms up. T-twist, right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, rise, arms up. You've got the base of the pelvis. Exhale, warrior 2, back heel down. Feel your warrior 2. Chest stacks right on top of the hips. Nice. Right arm down inside your right shin. Take your left arm all the way up and over. And breathe into your left side body. Pull your heart up. Shoulders down. Lift your gaze up inside your left bicep. Feel your back heel. Inhale, draw yourself back and up. Reverse your warrior 2. Exhale, windmill your hands. Plant, pivot, step your left foot to the top. Inhale, lift halfway. Feel those thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Take it up, you guys. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. You can really see the cycles. Breathe in. Bend your legs. Sit like Utkatasana. Chest proud into your thumbs. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Left elbow outside your right thigh. And you can stay, or the T across the back. Open your arms. And draw your bum down, inner thighs back. And we've got leverage, and then we have direction. And we have mindfulness, and we have awareness. Bring your palms back together. And so we're never functioning outside of our edge when we're listening to the breath in our body. Some days deeper, and some days calling it back. Look down at your toes. Feel your thighs, little burn. Come to center, inhale, rise, straight legs, reach your arms up. Exhale, dive, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Plant step, you can jump back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog, step, left foot in between your hands. Inhale, rise up, crescent warrior. T-twist, left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale, back to center, arms up. Exhale, warrior 2, pivot your back heel down. And feel your chest stack right on top of your hips. And we're focusing on spreading the knees. Shoulder blade squeeze, left arm down, inside the shin, right arm comes up and over. Lift the back of the heart, press through that back heel. You'll feel it, shoulder down. Now it's easy, lift the gaze up. And so it's all if we just listen
into that order. Stay connected to your breath. Find yourself in the flow. Inhale, rise, reverse your warrior two, reach up and back. Exhale, windmill your hands, plant, pivot, step your right foot to the top. Inhale, lift halfway. Big exhale, forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. Separate your feet hip width apart. Legs straight. Hook your big toes with your peace fingers. And press back to the inner edges of your feet. And turn your elbows out and then roll your elbows in. And slide your chest towards your chin. Top of your head towards your toes. Little bend to your knees, wag your tail. Loosen your outer hip flexors, any grip in your cheeks, in your jaw, and then release your toes. And fingertips on the ground. Inhale, lift halfway, neutral spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, feet are hip width apart. Stand up, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. And put all the weight over into your right foot. Eagle wrap your left leg over your right thigh. And you sit on your perch. Take your arms up. And eagle wrap your left arm underneath your right arm. And stay on your perch. Bend into your standing leg as you lift your elbows up any amount. It's a bend minute. I'd say we hit eagle pose probably once every 10 classes or so. But you can really realize the space of what you're breaking down in the posterior chain and the seal created through the midline, the balance that ensues. Stand up, lift your left knee in front, step down, feet hip width, release your arms by your sides. Inhale, arms circle up, grab the inside of your left wrist with your right hand. Exhale, side bend to the right. And you notice how your left heel wants to lift. Put the weight back into your left heel. Put more weight into your left heel. Hover your right heel off the mat, hover your right toes, and then move your right leg out away from the midline of your body. You're going to feel your outer hip engage. Still holding on to your left wrist. Lift that right leg a little bit higher. You got it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your right foot back, rise to center. Hands to your heart, here we go. Weight back into your right foot, lift your left knee, one-legged mountain pose. Feeling light, breath recycled in the chest, kick back, toppling tree. Arms by your sides. Check it out, no strain, no stress, all breath. Palms to your heart, prayer position, namaste. Step your left foot back 3 to 4 feet. Angle the toes out. Straighten both legs. Inhale, heart up, shoulders down. Exhale, hips back. Now hinge. Bring your torso parallel to the floor. Maintain the space at the base of the neck so the eyes can be about 6 inches in front of the top edge of your mat. And keep pulling your hips back, belly in. If you hinge deeper, feel the hamstring. And touch your fingertips down onto the ground. Frame your front foot. And if you need a little more room, pigeon toe that front foot. It means turn the heel out. And so you turn the toes in. Left hand is inside, deeper if you go outside your foot, and then revolve your triangle. Feel the T back. Straighten your right leg. Pull your heart up, shoulders down. Hey, remember, it's that order and priority, and then breathe and feel your body open. Something different than strength, yeah? You just find yourself in the flow. That's it. And gaze and right hand come down. Frame your front foot. Pivot on your back toes. Lift the heel. Step your right foot back. Come into a downward facing dog. And perhaps a little shorter down dog. And you feel a bit deeper
Okay, rooted with your heels down. Spiral the heels out. Draw your inner thighs back. And draw with your belly. Inhale through your nose. And then on purpose, look to the hands. Exhale, straight legs, 2 steps to the top. Straight legs, boom, boom. Feet hip width, soften the chin. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Great job. Inhale, rise, stand up, reach your arms. And you might feel your butt. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bring all the weight over into your left foot. Cross your right leg over your left leg. Eagle, wrap your legs. And bend into your standing leg. Reach your arms up. Okay, on the perch, right arm under your left arm. Eagle, wrap your arms. Elbows slide up. The more you sit down, that'll keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. And you're connected through your core. And we're conditioned to think that we always need more. And perhaps the real practice of awakening is to acknowledge the essence of letting go, emptying the tank, and giving it all away. And with your inhale, rise, lift your right knee in front. Step down, feet hip width. Circle the arms, reach up towards the sky. Left hand, grab the inside of your right wrist. Side bend, pull the wrist up and over to the left. Initially, notice how the right heel wants to lift. Bring the weight back into your right heel. And so your hips are sliding to the right. Pop your left heel off the mat. Hover your left toes. And then while you're in the side bend, move your left leg away from your body. The more you can move it out, the more you're going to feel your outer hip and your outer hip flexor engage. Bring your left foot back onto the mat. Inhale, rise to center. Exhale, hands to your heart, balance standing. Let's go. Weight into your left foot. Lift your right knee in front. It's going to be light because your midline is woke. Kick your right leg back. Toppling tree, warrior 3, arms by your sides. Super light. Very expressive. And it doesn't matter that it's Friday, Monday, Sunday, Tuesday. It's this breath, it's this body, and it's the celebration of this beautiful mind. And we're so gifted and to have. I don't know why people fight with their mind. It's beautiful. You slowly step back, turn your right toes out, hands to your heart, both legs straight. Chest proud, inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips back, hinge forward. Okay, here's a further step. If you do fight with your mind, don't judge it. Okay, likely you're fighting with your mind based on somebody else's shit, the external influence, what somebody else told you, and therefore we internalize. And so when you wake up to that, you might see a different, more beautiful part of your mind. That's the key. Bring your hands down, legs stay straight. Right hand inside your left foot. Deeper if you go, right hand outside your left foot. Okay, now listening to your body, reach your left arm up. Keep your back heel down. You've got the T across your back. And heart forward, shoulders back, top arm reaches up. Slowly gaze and left hand come down. Set the hands, pivot your back heel high. And then step back into your downward facing dog. Shorter stance. But likely your feet are flat and you're like, what is going on right now? If you've never get your feet flat, that's me. And then you're like, wow, this shit really works. And the body responds to the breath. Crawl your hands back to your feet, please. And double toe stand. Feet are hip width. Pop the heels up. And then bend your legs. Sit down onto your heels. Okay, heels high, reach your arms out in front of you. So it's like Frankenstein arms.
Guess we're coming up on Halloween eventually. Shoulders over your hips. Belly firm. Our feet never move. Bring your hands down onto the ground, crawl your hands forward, and come out into a plank. Feel your legs go straight. That should feel good. Now walk your hands back, double toe stand, come back into it. Bum to your heels, arms in front, shoulders over your hips, firm your belly. Work your one-pointed focus, eyes on one spot. I'm just watching the cars zigzag, back and forth, back and forth. Bring your hands back to the mat, crawl them forward, come out into a high plank, and feel your legs go straight. Crawl your hands back, one more set, double toe stand, bum to your heels, arms in front, shoulders over your hips. And it's a real light and lesson and to find in that fixed softness of peace with everything moving around it. It's interesting. Hands to the mat, crawl the hands forward. Back out into your high plank. Last one, legs straight. And lift your hips, pull back into your downward facing dog. And spread your fingers. You can swivel the heels side to side. You've got plenty of room in those outer hip flexors. Take some of the grip out of your bum if you're overworking the bum. Set your heels back to center. Spread your fingers. Watch it all translated into your hop to the top. Lift the heels up. Bend the knees. Exhale, walk or hop to the top. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Circle the arms, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Balance standing. Arms by your sides. This is normally, if you're in a class, I'd say, you decided to wear that outfit today? Looking at yourself in the mirror. Reach your right arm up. Bring your left hand back. Grab the inside of your left foot, ankle, or shin. And just to see if you were judging yourself, which you never need to do. If there's enough energy going on around you, there's no need and to ever judge yourself from the inside out. And you release your inner critic, kick down into your left hand, and breathe up into your dancer's pose today. And breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, rise, switch, left foot down. Reach your left arm up, bring your right hand by your side. It all comes back through balance standing. This is a good way to go. Grab the inside of your right foot, ankle or shin. And square your hips. Feel your top arm kick down and back into your right hand. And breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, rise. Right foot down, right arm up. Bring your big toes together. Inhale, lift your chin, look up. Exhale, dive, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Plant step, press back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, straight arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. And bring your knees down onto the mat. Untuck. Keep your tailbone lifting like you're in cow pose. And chest comes down in between your thumbs. Knees, chest, and chin. Keep your tailbone up. Shoulders away from your ears. So if your shoulders are all up in your neck, and just slide your chest forward a little bit, keep lifting your tailbone up. Elbows wrapping in around your sides. Close your eyes. 3 breaths. And feel the energy in your back and your arms. Slide your chest through.
Legs straight, tops of your feet ground. Lift your heart, upward facing dog. Straight arms. Press through the tops of the feet so that your knees and your hips are hovering. And you feel this like a double-sided dancer's pose. And through the upper body, pull your front shoulders back. Press your hands down and stay active through the tops of your feet. It's a little more challenging to talk in a position like this. Lower your chin to your chest, draw your belly in, and roll yourself back, down dog. You should feel your lower spine a little bit. If you don't, I am envious of you. Feel the strength, containment of your belly. In your down dog, bring your right hand closer to your left hand. Step your right foot forward to the outside of your right hand. And you lower your back knee down onto the mat. And let's see, come down onto your left elbow, come down onto your right elbow. So your forearms are on the ground. Interlace your fingers, cross your thumbs, and then tuck your back toes, chest forward, shoulders back, lift your left knee. And your gaze falls somewhere around your knuckles. And you now see how straight you can get your left leg. Even if you're tired. Even if your body's starting to fatigue, send some deep breaths into your left hip flexors that are now extending. And with your exhale, everybody soften your back knee down. And come back up to your hands first, and then let your chin settle into your chest and release the back of the neck. And turn your right toes out on a 45. Take your right hand to your inner right thigh. And make sure you're not rotating that bottom shoulder in. So twist your left elbow back behind the wrist. And then your right elbow, shoulders down. Notice that theme. And then take your gaze up, even possibly back. Okay, I'm going to take you into the arm balance from here. So bring your gaze down, right hand back to the ground. Okay, if you walk your hands to the left a little bit. Okay, now tuck your right elbow behind your right knee. Okay, walk your left hand back. So we're angled on our mat. We're not straight up front. We're angled on the mat. Now just start to roll your chest and gaze forward. Walk your right foot out. And then hover your back leg off the ground. Right leg can kick out for 3, 2, soft landing, left knee to the mat. Press the hands away. And then swing your right leg back around. You're in tabletop. Welcome back. It's a cool little setup. Spread your fingers. Tuck your toes. Exhale takes you back. Breath moves the body. Downward facing dog. Take your left hand closer to your right hand. Big step. Left foot outside your left hand to lunge. So get that left foot forward. I know it gets sticky now with the length. The longer you are, the better. Space between the knees. Lower your back knee down. And come down onto your left elbow. Come down onto your right elbow. If it's just not possible, stay on your hands. On the elbows, interlace your fingers. And I would say it may not be possible today, but it doesn't mean that it's impossible forever. That's another one of those external influences that kick in and just say, it's always that voice, you're not good enough. You're never going to be anything. That's not your voice. That's somebody else's voice. Tuck your back toes. Lift your right knee. Shoulders away from your ears, heart forward, and squeeze that right thigh into the bone. It might really serve you to be counting those breaths right now. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. On your exhale, finish it. Lower your right knee down onto the mat. Come back up onto your palms. And turn your left toes out on a 45. Right hand is set. That's your kickstand. Left hand to your inner left thigh. And let the elbow wrap around the side. So if your right shoulder is turning into your chest, okay, roll the right shoulder out, turn the elbow in. Okay, hard up, shoulders down like we've been doing, and then you can turn. And the twist and the gaze can follow up, even possibly back. Have you guys seen our tree of life back here lately? She is doing amazing. And one of our friends, Lori, she's been taking care, and we're standing her straight up, turning, cleaning. She's doing amazing. And he'll take you into the arm balance from here. Look down. Okay, breath is all you need. Left hand to the mat. And then we crawl our hands over to the right a little bit. The left elbow is going to tuck in behind your left knee. So that's the shelf you need, okay, to rest the body on. And then your right hand back in line. You can always walk your right knee back a little bit. Okay, as you pull your chest forward, slide your gaze forward. I feel like I'm going to kick my water over. Okay, that left foot is already out, chest and gaze forward, chaturanga arms. Left foot lifts, and then your back leg hovers for 5, 4, left leg can straighten, 3, 2, 1. Bring your right knee back. Press the mat away, swing your left leg behind, you're in a tabletop. Ooh, feel those inner thighs, you guys. Great job. Take a breath, wag your tail, hips side to side. So good. Crawl your knees up to your wrists. Bring your knees together. Separate your feet apart. Okay, so this one I'd say maybe once every 30 classes. Roll your calf muscles out. Sit down. Okay, so the hips are inside the heels. The knees are together. You feeling in the knees, hands can rest on the thighs. And if you're clear in the knees, relatively clear in the thighs, but feeling it a little bit in the hips, take your hands behind you. Okay, if you're clear, 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 knees, thighs, and hips, then start to recline back a little further. Eventually to your elbows, tailbone forward, neutral pelvis as you recline, and then eventually all the way down. But we want the knees together. We want the bum inside the heels. And with the knees together and your thighs internally rotating towards the earth. And slowly draw your belly in, start to make your way back up. And hands beside or on your thighs, head above your heart. Let your hips settle. Feel it one more time. Now you can watch this flow go. Lift your hips a little bit, reset your knees out so they're hip width distance apart. It's easy enough to just come into a child's pose. That's an inversion. Your head is below your heart. If you'd like to explore the headstand, where we put the head into the hands, crawl yourself back into a tabletop. So again, child's pose is great. Make sure there's nothing out in front of you. I don't plan on going over, but if I do, I don't want to land on an iPad or something, or a water bottle. Come down onto your forearms, interlace the fingers, so you're deep, deep, deep in the webbing of your fingers. Open the heels, the palms of your hands. Tuck your chin, crawl on your knees, and you're putting the back half of your head into your hands. So my head is not on the ground. Elbows are a little bit wider than the shoulders, and here I can already feel, if this is something new to you, stay here. Press your forearms into the ground. Guess what? Your head's below your heart. So you're already in the inversion. Feel your forearms, space at the base of the neck. Breathe here. Next step, tuck your toes. Lift your knees. I still have not put my head on the ground. It's in my hands. And then tiptoe the feet in as your hips get over your shoulders, forearms down. And you can lift one leg, and eventually you can lift both legs up and towards the sky. Standing on the sky. Feeling this flow out of our hips into our heart. This is real life, everyone. Right now. This place, a positive voice. And go slowly, go softly. Bring one foot back down onto the ground. Come back, both feet, knees down, and then let's lift up. And so everybody is sitting back onto their heels. Hands in your lap. Nice to let the shoulders drop. Tick-tock the clock, right ear to your right shoulder. Left ear to your left shoulder. You notice how it softens the attachment on the heartstrings a little bit. The muscles in your neck and your jaw. You may even experience a moment of happiness here. Steady your gaze, open your eyes, and go ahead and lean off to one side. Swing your legs around in front. And if you like a little sip of water, please go ahead and take a sip. And let's set up our modified double pigeon. Right ankle shin in front of your left. And pull out the flesh of your bum. Feel your sit bones down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hinge. Bring your hands forward down onto your mat. Arms can stay straight. Means you lean through the back of your heart. Keep your hips heavy, and now allow your head to come down. Modified double pigeon. And you'll notice you're probably always more aware of your body. As you continue to further and deepen your practice, you're always feeling something. Things are moving. Life is a shift. It's a blend. We literally live in a blender, if you think of it all as just energy. Feel your seat. Inhale, crawl the hands in. Switch the legs. Bring your left ankle shin in front of your right. Still going, everybody. The cars have not stopped the entire practice. Inhale, reach your arms up. And there's a stoplight on both sides. And come forward. Okay, which means even when you think that which is going in opposite directions, right? You have all the other cars that are turning, that are crisscrossing, and then turning onto the street. They literally have not stopped the entire time we've been practicing. So what does that tell you? It says that 1 hour to practice and breathe is pretty damn important and can have a tremendous benefit into our life, our body, our mind, our spirit. As you inhale, lift your head up. Exhale, walk your hands back in. Take your hands behind you, uncross your legs, kick them out straight in front of you.
And feel the heels of your feet. Set your palms behind so your fingertips point forward or turned out slightly. And straighten the arms, squeeze the elbows in, add the weight into the hands, press through the heels of your feet, and then lift your hips up. So your inverted plank pose, point your toes. You work to flatten the soles of your feet into the mat. Lift the back of your heart, feel your neck long for 5, 4, 3, 2, chin to chest, lower slow, use your belly. Ground your bum, great job. Bend your legs, bring your knees in, and a really soft squeeze. Forehead to your knees. Feel the breath, sigh, exhale to let it go. So now you got balance standing in perspective. You got balance breathing in perspective. Now explore the balance between giving and receiving. Let's make our way into our final Shavasana, please. And turn around, lie down onto your back. And release your legs long, arms by your sides with your palms facing up. And retreat to a softer space within yourself. And that which is offered through the practice of non-attachment, and that is realized through the practice of acknowledging your attachments. And that is all conducted through this symphony. It's an orchestra of breathing. It's not just one instrument. It's a symphony. It's the entire orchestra of breath as you move through your flow. I invite you to take your time here. It is a holiday weekend. If you're in LA and you want to come practice with me outdoors, we will be at the outdoor studio. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday at 8 a.m. And I'll also be here with you guys 10 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. But if you're in LA and you want to come to the outdoor, you got to sign up online, but I would hope to see you there. It's social distance, got plenty of room, you're outside, and it feels pretty cool to flow with each other. If you're into that, no pressure. Any less pressure, everyone. Have a beautiful Friday. Thank you so much for your breath, your flow, all the energy. And as always, reach out to us if you have any questions, anytime. And take care of yourself, take care of each other. Namaste.